You've probably typed that command 1,000 times. It's muscle memory at this point. Axios is the most downloaded JavaScript HTTP library on the planet, over 100 million downloads a week. It's in your startup's codebase, it's in Fortune 500 backends, it's literally everywhere. And recently, someone poisoned it. Not with a bug, not with a crash, with a remote access trojan dropped silently onto developer machines and CI/CD servers around the world in the 2 seconds it takes npm to install a package. This is the story of one of the most technically sophisticated supply chain attacks ever documented against a top 10 npm package. And if you ran npm install in the last 24 hours, you're going to understand until the end. Before we get into the specifics, let's talk about what a supply chain attack actually is, because the term gets thrown around a lot. When you write a software, you don't write everything from scratch. You pull in libraries. Those libraries pull in their libraries. By the time your app runs, you might have hundreds of packages installed that you've never even looked at. That dependency chain is your software supply chain. A supply chain attack doesn't target your code, it targets something you trust, something upstream, because you trusted it, you installed it, and now their code is running inside your system. Think of it like this: you're building a house, you trust your lumber supplier, but what if someone at the lumber yard or the supplier's supplier slipped something into the wood? You'd build it into your walls without ever knowing. That's a supply chain attack. Supply chain attacks happen constantly at a smaller scale, often targeting the NPM ecosystem specifically because NPM has almost no verification by default. A single popular package can be a vector into millions of machines. Post-install script runs automatically without your permission the moment you install something. That last point is the key to understanding the Axios attack. Let's get into it. This attack was planned with precision, executed over 18 hours across multiple fake accounts and packages. So here's the timeline. On 30 March 5:57 AM UTC, an NPM account called NRY is registered at Proton mail address, publishes a package called plain crypto.js 4.2.0. It's completely clean, it's literally just a copy of the real crypto.js library. No malware, no tricks. Why? To build publishing history, so that when a security scanner looks at this account, it doesn't see a zero history throwaway account publishing something shady. It looks like a legitimate maintainer with a track record. On March 30, 11:59 PM UTC, plain crypto.js 4.2.1 is published. Same account, this time malicious. Post-install hook is added that runs a file called setup.js. That's the weapon. On March 31st, 12:29 AM UTC, Axios 1.14.1 is published. This is where it gets serious. The Axios maintainer account, Jason Simon, was compromised. The attacker changed the registered email to their own Proton mail address and used stolen NPM credentials to publish a fake release. 39 minutes later, Axios 0.30.4 is published. The attacker hit both modern 1.x branch and the legacy 0.x branch, maximizing exposure across every version of Axios in active use. Within about 30 hours, NPM pulled both versions down, but by then, the packages had been installed across the ecosystem, including in CI/CD pipelines from major open source projects. The malicious dependency was staged 18 hours in advance. 3 separate payloads were pre-built, one for macOS, one for Windows, and one for Linux. Both Axios branches were poisoned within 39 minutes of each other. Every artifact was designed to self-destruct. This was not opportunistic, this was precision. Let's talk about setup.js, the actual dropper. It's heavily obfuscated. All the sensitive strings, the C2 server URL, shell commands, OS identifiers are hidden behind a 2-layer encoding scheme. After installing itself on your system through the post-install script, it is able to gain remote access to your system and is capable of stealing tokens, secrets, cryptos, etc. Then comes the cleanup. After launching the payload in the post-install script, setup.js deletes itself, deletes package.json, the file containing the post-install hook, renames package.md to package.json, replacing it with a pre-staged clean manifest that reports version 4.2.0 and not 4.2.1. That's the Axios attack. Devastating, elegant, and honestly a little impressive in the worst possible way. If you enjoyed this, I'm a tiny channel, so if you hit like and subscribe, it actually does something. The algorithm doesn't know I exist yet, but maybe you can change that. Links to everything in the description. See you next time.